Hi, and welcome to another edition of Dr. White's Reading Corner / high school / college review. And I read Vinegar Girl by Ann Tyler. It's an interesting story. It's loosely based on William Shakespeare's play Taming of the Shrew. And the main character, Kate Batista, is about to be married off to her father's assistant. Her father works for a college, and he has an assistant whom he enjoys working with because he's on the verge of some new opportunities, and so he's trying to keep Pieter with him. And so her dad, Dr. Batista, thinks that if I have my daughter Kate to marry him, I can have Pieter to stay. So that's the real crust of what the story is all about and where some of the humor comes from. However, you begin to see how upset Kate can be with her dad about this whole situation, because her dad tends to take her for granted and assumes that if he leaves something at home, like his lunch almost every day, that Kate has time to just bring it to him. Kate's a college dropout. She also works with children, and the children seem to adore her, except for the parents have some problems with her, and she's always in trouble at work. So we have that whole issue going on. And then we have Kate wondering what's happened with my life. And so she's thinking that things aren't really going that well with her. And then there's a little jealousy that she has with her younger sister, Bunny, because Kate is the oldest sister, and so like in Taming of the Shrew, since she's the oldest sister, she should be married first, right? So we get that kind of a sense in this story as well with Ann Tyler's version of Vinegar Girl, which is following Taming of the Shrew. And so with that being said, with those difficulties that Kate has, Kate's trying to rethink her whole life and what she's doing and how she's going about doing things. And then she gets to know Pieter a little bit, and so she begins to see him a little bit differently. And there are some themes in our story. One theme is patriarchy, and then there's some symbolism in our story as well. Children represents Kate's lack of maturity, and then chess games shows or represents how Kate has really no plans for her life. So those are some things that stand out right away in the story. Another thing that we see in our story is that with this reimagining of Taming of the Shrew, we see it being modernized, and we see things in our time frame. And so we're probably thinking, why would a father try and marry the daughter off? But because Dr. Batista is selfish and he's trying to keep his favorite assistant, this is one of the things that he comes up with. But he doesn't really think that Kate will take it too seriously, like if she does marry him, that it won't be a real marriage. And when the father begins to see that that's changed a little bit, he's slightly surprised. And when some other things occur, you can see he's a little upset about it. So I don't want to give the whole plot away, but it's an interesting book. But if you have read or seen the play Taming of the Shrew by William Shakespeare, you'll see that there are some things that are different. Remember, it's a reimagining of that story. So you would have to release your mind and not really hold on to that one thought about, but this is how the Taming of the Shrew really goes, okay? Other than that, it's an interesting read. I do recommend it. It's an easy read as well, and you'll be able to understand some of the things that are going on. Some things become a little confusing in some spots, but it gets right back on track. So once again, this is Vinegar Girl by Ann Tyler, and it is a reimagining of William Shakespeare's famous play, Taming of the Shrew. I've been Dr. White. Hopefully you'll come back next time for another review of another interesting book. Until next time, bye-bye.